What's going on, brother?
So you can smell it now.
We out here teaching that our people are the Israelites according to the Bible. You heard of the Israelites before? All right, so what's your nationality, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, like your race. They say like you filling out a job application on your license.
It's going. I ain't gonna lie. When they say that, I be putting other. But my grandmother told me I'm Creole.
Creole, like Haitian?
White and black.
Oh, white and black. What's your father's race? Your number's
He's
1 to
black
18.
too. Like he probably Native American black.
Okay. All right, come on. So listen to this real quick. Bring that up.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse number 18.
Look it up.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees.
They did what?
And they declared their pedigrees.
A pedigree is your lineage, your forefathers. Right? Read.
After their families by the house of their fathers.
Right, by the house of their father. So you come wherever you come from, that determines what your race is. So basically, your father gives you your race. He plants the seed. Right? Literally like how you think about it in nature. If you plant like an apple seed or orange seed, you plant it here, or you can plant it in West Baltimore, you plant it in East Baltimore, no matter where you plant it, it's still gonna be an orange seed, you know what I mean? Or apple seed. So you are what your father is. So if your father's so-called black or Native American, right, you will either be black or Native American. You know about your grandfather, how far it go back, or you just know your father?
My grandfather the same way.
Same way? Okay, so you can
Black
either, brother,
too.
you can either be from the southern or the northern kingdom, brother. Right. We're not sure, but it's going to tell by the spirit, right? So give me Acts 7 and 6 when I call. You give me Deuteronomy 28.
Acts 7 and 6 in the read.
Look it up.
And the Most High spake on this wise, that his seed shall sojourn in a strange land.
That is what?
That his seed shall sojourn in a strange
Let
land.
me go talking about that seed again, brother. His seed shall sojourn in a strange land. What that sound like? What it sound like when you in a strange land?
Somewhere like
You don't really know where you at.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really know where you at.
Yeah.
Was all our people always over here? Because you said you gotta be part of the Native American. How we get over here?
I mean, I feel like this. From my background knowledge, I think some black people, maybe some Native Americans, maybe have been here, and a lot of other people that's black or from other places where black people come from was sent here either by slavery or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Different methods, different means.
Right. We agree with that,
everything, but yeah.
We agree with that, brother. So right, he's talking about a seed sojourning in a strange land, meaning they were in a land, they were once in their homeland, now they're in a land they don't know where they at. Right? Don't you know you go to a different city, you be like, let me chill out because I don't really know where I'm at, right? That's how I
am from DC.
You from DC? Okay, right. So yeah, when like brothers travel places, different places, you're not trying to get locked up in DC. You're not trying to get locked up in DC. Right, brothers chilling out. For sure. So right now we're in a captivity in a strange land because we were brought over here. That's in the Bible. Give me that in Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse number 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right, so you familiar with Egypt, like pyramids, things like that? You know what Israel was doing in Egypt? Moses said, let my people go.
I know so much. Well,
they were slaves.
I know a little bit.
You seen the Prince of Egypt before?
The Prince of Egypt?
The movie?
Yeah,
they were slaves. They was working, they was building pyramids. That's why he said, let my people go. Right, you don't say let them go because they free, you say let them go because they locked up in slavery.
Right.
So he said, these people, the Israelites were going to go back into Egypt again. They already left. He said, you're going to go back into slavery because you don't keep my commandments.
Right.
You don't follow my laws.
that's what God said.
That's what God said. Give me that verse 15 real quick.
Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And now people always talk about escaping generational curses. They said all these curses are going to be on our people for not keeping the commandments. When you read on in the chapter, it gets down to verse 68. Go back to that one.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
This is a curse for not keeping the commandments, going back into slavery, right? Read that in Deuteronomy 26 and 6.
Deuteronomy 26 and 6 in the reads. And the Egyptians evil entreated us, and afflicted us, and laid upon us hard bondage.
So they evil and treated us, inflicted us, and laid upon us hard bondage. Slavery.
Right.
That's basically what it's saying.
Right.
So he's saying this is a different Egypt, though. This is a prophecy. This was going to happen later. And you could tell when you read the rest of the verse. Read it again from the top. One more time.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
How you said our people got over here, brother?
ship.
Slave
See that?
ships, just like the one behind you, right?
Right.
We got over here on slave ships, right?
Literally.
So this is a prophecy for the Israelites. It didn't say African Americans, it didn't say Negro, it didn't say whatever, or Native American, it didn't say Puerto Rican. It said for the Israelites because all those terms were given to us during slavery.
Right.
But Moses didn't call himself a Puerto Rican or Haitian.
Right.
Right? These people in the Bible didn't call themselves African American or Negro.
Right.
They didn't call themselves that. They were the Israelites.
Was the Israelite.
Moses is Israelite, right? From the
Right.
time we talk.
That's right.
Right? He didn't just start calling himself these bywords in slavery. Right? He followed what God said. So these bywords we learned in slavery. Africa and America are the names of two white men.
So I got a question.
Real quick. Let me finish this first. Leo Scipius Africanus, so-called white man. Amerigo Vespucci, another white man. They're two different continents, right? You can't. You're just making a whole bunch of confusion. And if you call yourself black, that's just a color. Your pants are black, right? Nobody's. We all different shades of brown.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, so that's just a color. The Lord called us Israelites. Those aren't real nationalities. And that was made in the 80s. Right? Your grandparents probably was older than that. Right? They wasn't called African Americans. Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Your homeland. Our people don't know where our homeland is. You get 20 so-called black people up here, say, where's your homeland? You might get 20 different answers. If you get 20 Chinese people up here, they all gonna say one place. Right, because our people don't know where we're from, right, Reed?
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
What?
Ye shall be sold unto your
Be
enemies.
sold on auction block like animals, right? He said, "Ye shall be sold unto your enemies." Why is in the Bible that's in everybody Christian church,
Right.
Everybody grandmother house,
Right.
It's saying you have enemies. When you go to church, they say love everybody.
Wake him up,
Why does the Lord say you have enemies? Who are these enemies? Because these enemies are real people.
Right.
It's not just Satan just floating around trying to jump on your back, right?
Right.
It says enemies, it's people, right? He said the enemies were going to put you in slavery on a slave ship. They're going to have chains on your neck. That's what the Lord said.
Right.
You can't write that. That's in everybody's Bible. You can look it up yourself. If you got a Bible at home, go read Deuteronomy 28:68. Read.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
And no man ever came and saved us out this captivity. Because still to here to 2025, you're still paying tribute to the same man that put you in slavery.
Right.
That same man, no matter what block our people swear they run, whatever hood they swear they run, they can come to whatever hood they want, knock all the buildings down, and say, now we got new people living here. It's our community. We're gonna lock you up. They can lock you up for no reason. And what you gonna do about it? Go sue them? You gotta go get a lawyer from them. And the lawyer probably in cahoots with each other.
See that?
He say, yeah, I'm gonna get you all time. Just let me know. Did you have a gun at this one point?
See that?
You just gotta tell me the truth so I can know not to say it. And then he go say it right in front of the judge. He said, yeah, they can get you another 20 years. And you wasn't even in court for that. You was in court for getting unjustly locked up. Right? So that's what our people go through, generational curses. Right? You had a question, brother?
Okay. My question was, how do you know who are the Israelite people?
Right, so right here, give me verse 46.
Right, verse number 46. We'll start at 45.
Come.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee.
Right, so we talk about curses, right? Pursue thee, read.
And overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
Right.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right, so the curses are going to destroy this group of people for not listening to God. And we can give a quick quiz right now to prove who's been listening to God and who's not been listening to God, right? What's God's name? And it's not an attack on nobody. What's God's name? You don't even got to answer, brother. How many commandments is it? It's more than 10. It's over 600.
Oh, you was asking me what's God?
I'm just saying, they rhetorical question because a lot of people don't know God's name. A lot of people don't know how many commandments it is. A lot of people can't name 5 kings of the Bible. A lot of people don't know how many books and about things that it's a lot of.
What y'all think about?
Real quick, let me finish your point. So what I'm saying is, he's saying you're going to be cursed for not listening to me and keeping in my commandments, and people do everything contrary to the Most High God. Right, read.
To keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign.
Right, a sign is something to show where something is or what something is. So the curses are going to be upon the Israelites for a sign. So the sign shows who these people are. The curses show who these people are. So the curses that are written in this Bible, you got to see what nation they fit. Like I said, would Chinese people fit the curse going on slavery on slave ships? Was they put in the bottom of the slave ships with us? They was right next to us.
Nah.
It wasn't.
But were Chinese people slaves? I don't know.
They could have been slaves at one point, but this prophecy says they were going to go into slavery as a nation on slave ships. So it's specific. It's specific for a reason because it doesn't include everybody. Hold on, real quick. Listen, I'm gonna finish the question.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Right. So that's how you prove who the Israelites are, through prophecy. We could go to verse 54.
Verse number 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
DC versus Baltimore.
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
East side versus West side.
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
It's black on black crime, brother. His eye is gonna be evil toward his brother. Who you always see fighting each other and then be for over the stupid stuff? You looked at me the wrong way. You mugged me the wrong way. You from over here. I'm from over there.
Stepped on my shoe.
You stepped on my shoe. Let's talk about our people. And look, and I'm not saying this to attack our people. I'm saying this to show who our people are.
Right.
This is a clue, right?
And toward the wife of his bosom.
Right. And what people predominantly have their women in music videos half naked, pouring liquor on them, throwing money on them, having them out there trying to prostitute them. When you think of a pimp, are you looking at Jackie Chan with the mink on and a little hat? No, you think about Cat Williams, a pimp named Slickback,
right?
Or Friday at the Next, right? Our people, our men don't treat our women correctly and lead them in the right way. I'm not saying you, brother, but as a whole, our people, right? Read.
And toward the remnant of his children.
Did you grow up with your father, brother? Right. So, what's a stereotype with the black community with their fathers? No fathers, right? So, as a whole, a lot of our people don't grow up with their fathers, right?
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
He got locked up.
Which he shall lead.
We ain't got milk and never came back.
Which he shall lead.
Right, a lot of, he said, this same man. Look, you gotta think, this is all one nation.
Right.
They don't like each other. They don't like their women. It talks about the women not liking the men too, right? It gets on the women. They don't like the women. They leave their kids. They went into slavery on slave ships. And we only read a couple curses. It's over 40 curses, like the brother said earlier. It's over 40 of them. We only read 2. This cuts out everybody else.
Everybody.
Arab man can't come up here and say, "Yeah, I hate my brother." They give each other turbans. Right. Give each other Bentleys and Teslas for no reason. They bow to each other. The Chinese man, they come and bow to each other.
Right.
Butt heads, hit each other by accident. See that? Our people see each other, we looking them up and down.
Right.
What he about to do?
See that?
You get not saying you, but you kind of start checking your surroundings when something ain't going right when you around your people. When you walk to their neighborhoods, you can have headphones in, chilling. You don't care about them. You laughing, having a good time, walk with your eyes closed. But you try to walk up with these streets with a gold chain on, or it's Southeast DC. That's the bad part. Southeast, whatever it's called. Right? You try to walk down with a chain on. Is a Chinese man gonna run up on you with a stick and rob you? You know, yo, my nigga. He gonna do that? No, he not doing that.
No. Mike had one of them wild ass Chinese boys from Southeast.
It's gonna be our people, brother. Right? So that's the curses. That's how we identify who our people are. You had another question, Lord?
You telling me everybody that's black go through hardship is an Israelite?
We telling the people, if you're a seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you're an Israelite, and you could tell how you're of that seed by the curses. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because you got people that look just like us in Cuba.
Right.
People that just look at some Puerto Rican.
You said Abraham. You believe Abraham was an Israelite?
No, Abraham was a son of God. Israelites come from Jacob. The word "it," when you put the "it" on there, that means they descend from him, right? So give me Genesis 32 and 28. Listen to this.
Worship God.
Listen to this real quick.
So like, if somebody get it, go ahead.
Genesis 32 and 28.
Come.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 32, and verse number 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel.
So Jacob,
Why they changed his name?
he's about to show you, right? So Jacob, he was the son of Isaac. He was chosen by God. The Lord had Isaac had Jacob and Esau. He had 2 sons. He had twins, right? Give me Genesis. Hold that. Give me Genesis 25. You go with that. I'm sorry. You go with that. Give me Genesis 25 and start 23 real quick.
Genesis chapter 25 and verse 23. Bring it out. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
He said 2 nations, meaning when you have these kids, they're going to be separated, and they're going to be the fathers of two different races, right? Because the Lord is setting order in the earth right now, right? Read.
And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Read.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Read.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
Read on.
When her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
First came out red. That was Esau. He came out red. What people on the earth are red? Call them rednecks. Simple. They're not really white like your beef, right? If you put that up to their skin, look at the skin behind it.
But then, I've never done it.
Had Esau come out first, he said the elder is going to serve the younger. That's prophecy, right? So the first came out red, which would be Esau, the father of the Edomites, a so-called white man. Read.
And they called his name Esau. And after that came out his And after that came his brother out. And his hand took hold on Esau's heel. And his name was called Jacob.
His name is called what?
And his name was called Jacob.
His name was called Jacob.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Right, so Jacob and Esau were brothers, but the Lord separated them, right? So you had the father of the Edomites, which is Esau, and the father of the Israelites, which is Jacob.
Right.
Now I'm going to show you why he changed his name. Go to Genesis 32 and 28.
Con, it's the book of Genesis, chapter 32 and verse 28.
Bring it out.
And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel.
But what?
But Israel.
Read.
For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men.
Right, because the Israelites are the princes of God. That's what we are. Right, Yasha'Allah in the Hebrew. He is a prince of God. Right? So his name, because he was chosen, that's why he made him his prince. Give me Isaiah 44 and verse 1. Israel was chosen. Out of all the people on the earth, the Lord only chose one group of people. He didn't choose everybody. Right? Give me 2nd Esdras 6 and verse 54. Read that. Bring that up.
Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen.
And who?
And Israel, whom I have chosen.
Right, it's so important that we keep talking about the Israelites because these are God's chosen people. So what?
Chosen for what?
They're chosen to put the world in order. I'm going to show you that.
That's what it finished.
No, the verse ended, but I'm going to show you why he was chosen. Give me 2nd Esdras 6 and 54. And give me 2nd Esdras 7 and verse 10.
2nd Esdras 6 and 54 in the reads. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
Right, so we all come from Adam, right? Read.
And the people also, whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee.
Right, so he made a separation. He said all people come from Adam, even the people I have chosen. So there's people, so you have the people that came from Adam and then the people that were chosen, right? Read.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
The Lord did what?
Because
Thou madest the world for our sake.
Right, he made the world for the Israelites' sake. That's why we're chosen, to rule the world. He made the world for us, read.
As for the other people,
The people that are not Israelite, that are not chosen,
which also come from Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
they're the same.
That
they are nothing.
Right, the Lord doesn't treat everybody equally. He doesn't. He separated the Israelites from everybody else.
Right.
Read.
But be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Like if a little drop come out your cup right now, you ain't going to take your finger and wipe it up and lick it, try to preserve it. You're just going to let it's just a drop. That's how the Lord feels about the other nations.
Right.
Come on. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathens.
Right, so now it's getting the question. Now we're reading that we're kings, that we're on top of the world, that everything's for us. But now he has a question. Read.
These heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us.
So if we're the chosen, why are we at the bottom? That's what he's asking, right? Read.
And to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hand.
Read.
If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess
Why do what?
Why do we not possess?
If it's for us, why don't we possess it?
and inherit with the world? How long shall this endure?
Right, how long should this endure? That's because we're going through the curses like we read about in Deuteronomy 28, brother. Right? Read this.
This is to Esther, chapter 10 and verse number 10. Therefore hath he made two lots.
He had made two lots, right? Read.
One for the people of
A
God.
lot is like your, to keep it simple, like your journey, or your destination, or your,
Something given to you.
yeah, something given to you, like your inheritance, right? He made two lots, read.
one for the people of God,
one for the people of God,
and another for all the Gentiles.
right, for the Gentiles. Read.
And these two lots came at the hour and time and day of judgment before God among all nations.
Right.
So God remembered his people.
He remembered all people.
So God remembered his people.
Right, because just like any good father, if your child isn't doing well or they're going against you and not keeping your rules, you're going to discipline them. Right, you got kids, brother? Right, your kids just can't come up to you and uppercut you, and kick you in the head while you sleep, and throw all the food out the refrigerator, and slash your tires. Something's going to happen.
Right.
You ain't just going to sit there like, no, it's going to get real in that house. It's going to get some furniture moving, it's going to get loud. Right? Read.
So God remembered his people and justified his inheritance. Therefore those days...
That's it. Right? So the Lord has a lot for us, but we have to claim it. We have to take our inheritance. You're just sitting there and just waiting. Did people, you watch the draft? Or did you see anything about the draft? You know, Uncle Flag got drafted, Ace Bear, these people. You think they just sat around all day on a couch to get drafted? Or was they in the gym working hard? They was in that gym. It wasn't just going to say, I'm going to declare for the draft, sit on the couch, never play basketball in their life. And they just like, why didn't I get called? You didn't get called because you wasn't keeping the commandments of God. You wasn't following, you wasn't putting that work in. You wasn't following the Lord. And contrary to popular, people say, you just got to believe in the name of Jesus. Right? The Lord is dealing with people that put work in.
Put that work in.
Right? Give me first Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. Actually, I want that in the NLT, I believe. Right? Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. Read Deuteronomy 7:6.
Deuteronomy 7:6, and it reads,
You know.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Holy means special, set apart. He said the Israelites, for thou art an holy people. Read.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be special people unto himself, above all people.
No, everybody's the same.
Above all people.
Above all people.
That are upon the face of the earth.
Right, so the Lord chose the Israelites to be above all people, but if you're not keeping the commandments, you're going to be at the bottom, right? Give me John chapter 14, verse 15. So you got to keep these commandments, brother. If you truly love the Lord your God, you truly love your people, you got to keep the commandments.
This is the book of John, chapter 14 and verse number 15.
We can know.
If ye love me, keep my commandments.
The Lord say,
If ye love me, keep my commandments.
Right, people say you don't got to keep the commandments no more. You just do whatever you want to do. Just come as you are and be a damn freak. You can do whatever you want to do. That's not what the Lord said.
Right.
They bring this in.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15 in the NLT. Work hard so you can present yourself to God.
No, just be a lazy bum.
Work hard so you can present yourself to
That's
God.
what Christianity teaches, brother. They say just sit on the couch, just raise your hands and yell, and that's all you got to do. The Lord said work hard. You play sports. Is the coach putting you in if you don't work hard? No, you're on a bench. You're just sitting there getting cups for people. Go get the starter, like, go get me something to drink. That's what happens to people that don't work hard. Go give me my towel. And then they make you sit on the floor when there's not enough seats. Right? The Lord said what?
Work hard so you can present yourself to God and receive his approval.
And receive his approval, right? So you got to keep the commandments, brother. Just a little bit. Read on.
Be a good worker.
What the Lord say?
Be a good worker.
No, just be a bum.
Be a good worker.
I'm tired of these bums, right? They want to come up there and scoff. Christians always want to come up there and say, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. The Lord said, be a good worker. Put hard work in.
Right.
Right? It's not dealing with bums.
Right. One who does not need to be ashamed and who correctly explains the word of truth.
Right, we're not ashamed to put forth that work for the Most High. We're not ashamed to be out here in the heat, the cold, the rain to wake our people up because we help our people. Right? We're not out here just BS and be bored. This is a social club. It's the men's Saturday club. Right? That's not what we out here for. So you got to keep the commandments, right? Give me Leviticus 11:7. You familiar with any commandments, brother? I'm gonna give the commandments straight out the Bible. It ain't nothing we made up.
Oh, the 10 Commandments of the Bible?
Yeah, but remember I said earlier. No, we ain't doing nothing.
Read out the Bible.
This is the right. We've been reading out the Holy Bible all day.
Okay.
Right? We're not reading out the Quran. We're not reading about the magic book that fell from a tree. We're reading out the Bible. Right? The Bible everybody got. Read Leviticus 11 verse
The
7.
book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse number 7.
Bring it out.
And the swine,
Swine, you know what swine is, bro? Pork. Pig, right? It said, and the swine.
though he divided the hoof and be coven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
The Lord saying,
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
that is a commandment. They don't teach that. Have you ever heard from a Christian pastor that you should not eat pork? That is a sin to eat pork.
Certain context, yeah.
You might have heard it from Muslims sometimes, things like that.
Not only just Muslims, that Christians not supposed to eat pork.
You might be talking about Catholic people when they do Lent. Right, so they do a fast, but it doesn't have to be just, they could fast for whatever they want. They could say, I'm just not going to eat chocolate for 30 days. Right. But anybody can do that. A little kid can do that. Right, that's not real.
Right.
Those are man-made religions. Those are precepts of men. Give me Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 13. Read on.
Of their flesh shall ye...
Say fast in y'all religion.
We do fast, but it's not that 30 days before Easter and things like that. We have a Day of Atonement, right? We were just talking about earlier. But you should fast. You should fast often. It shouldn't just be. That's good. You shouldn't just fast because somebody told you a bunny is coming with eggs, right? Right?
You just fast.
For no reason. You just.
Not for reason.
I'm saying.
Fast intentionally, of course.
But I'm saying, like, these religions just tell you to fast, and it don't even be a real fast, right? Fast, you're not supposed to eat, you're not supposed to drink water, you're not supposed to be watching TV, out doing what you want to do. A fast, you should be at your lowest state. You should be humbling yourself, right? But you got people out here, oh yeah, I'm just fasting today from Mike and Ike's. I'm not eating no Mike and Ike's today. I know somebody that was on a fast, and our company said, we got ice cream for y'all. He said, I can't do it, I need that ice cream. He broke his fast with the Most High God over a cup of ice cream that was nasty. Right? Read that. It's like, read that, 29 verse.
Isaiah 29 and 13, and it reads, Wherefore the Lord said, For as much as his people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me,
Right, so they speak, they say they do these things,
but have removed their heart far from me,
their heart is far from the Lord. Their true actions, they just all talk. Read.
and their fear toward me is taught by the precepts of men.
By the what?
By the precepts of men.
Another word for precept is like a commandment, brother. It said taught by the precepts of men, the commandments of men. Like a pastor might say, you got to come up here and give me tithes so we can fund the church building. And the church building is still the same.
Right.
His car is not the same. His watch not the same.
See that?
What's the glasses? The buff's not the same.
See that?
He come in there with all this stuff and talk about it's for the building.
Right.
He look like up there dressed like Gucci man with a yacht. Right, with a yacht. Yeah, where you getting all this money from? Right, those are the precepts of men. But you gotta follow what God actually says.
Right.
He tells you not to eat pork. You know why you shouldn't eat pork? It's a disgusting animal. Right, it's nasty. It's full of parasites, all that stuff, right? The Lord loved you so much, He told you not to eat it. Right. Do the pastors love you when they tell you to eat it? Is that love? It's not love. That's not the love of God. They say you gotta love. Yeah, that's wild. The Lord said you gotta love your brother.
I got like a question, and I got wrapped up.
Okay. Let me give you 2 more commandments. Go ahead, ask your question. Let me give you 2 more quick commandments. Go ahead, give me the rest of the commandments. Go ahead, go verse 9.
Come, verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales, in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
Right, so no pork, right? No pork. But you can have beef, that's a clean animal.
Right.
You can have lamb, that's a clean animal. You can have chicken, that's a clean animal. Things like that. No pork, right? So in the water, it has to have fins and scales, like a fish. That's also a clean animal.
So y'all can't be predators.
Read it, listen to the verse, it's going to explain it.
And all that have not fins and scales,
Know that what?
and all that have not fins and scales,
Read.
in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
They shall be what?
They shall be an abomination unto you.
Crabs is an abomination.
Right.
They eat just how a pig. You know Baltimore known for the crabs, Maryland known for the crabs and things. That's an abomination. Right? That's slave food. They're bugs, brother. Think about it. They're just bugs in the water. They just roaches and spiders and scorpions. And would you pick a cockroach up and bite his head off? Put some seasoning on it? That yellow stuff in the crab is not mustard.
Right.
It's not mustard. It's feces, brother. Right, so that is not a clean. They eat just how a pig eats. Right? They will eat anything. And I mean anything. And then they feed it to you. That used to be slave food. That used to be what they give us. Get a whole bunch of crabs and throw it at you and say, here, eat up. That's what they used to do. But now you just eat it as a delicacy. Oh, this is good eating. No, you're just eating bugs. That's why our people's body's so destroyed. You're 37 and you can't walk up the steps. You're all out of breath. But you got other people who eat clean and they 90, they 95 jumping up. You ever heard of Dr. Sabi?
Yeah, they killed him.
Yeah, he was 1,000 years old and he was jumping on and off tables, right?
See that?
I think he was a vegetarian if I'm not mistaken, right? I think he only ate plants and stuff like that.
Right.
He was jumping on and off the table. But you got people that's 25 that get out of breath from walking up the steps.
Right.
You gotta eat clean, brother. Right? I'm gonna give you one more commandment. You said a question. Leviticus 19 and I just started 17.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse number 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
The Lord say,
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Brother, if we stop hating each other, we'd be so much stronger as people.
Man.
So much more stronger as people. But we just hate each other too much. Right? There's all types of beef. Pop versus Biggie. Jay-Z versus Nas. Kendrick versus Drake. Migos versus, I don't know, Chris Brown.
Jordan and LeBron.
Jordan versus LeBron. Why are people always pitting each other against each other? Why can't they all just be great? Aren't they all just good at what they do? Why don't they just come as a collective? No, somebody got to be better than somebody. And if you ain't a Jordan fan, I hate you. Some people really, you see on social media, some people really be crying and fighting over a LeBron debate.
Right.
Nah, because it was it's all type of madness. You think they're debating about that? Or how they can make more money? Or how they can build a community? Right, they got colors on, you wearing blue, I'm wearing red. Don't come to LA with that hat on. Don't come to LA with that hat on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's people right now in New York dissing other people that like people over a song. See,
Yeah.
two people they don't even know.
Yeah.
They just like the rap.
When King Von died, all of a sudden it was F 63rd.
Yeah.
We not from 63rd. People don't even know what 63rd is.
Right.
I'm from 64th. I'm from 62nd. But everybody, when King Von died, F him. King Von was a serial killer, right? He was killing our own people.
Right.
These other nations.
Right.
Right? So, read on Leviticus.
Come. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon
It
him.
is a righteous thing. It is true love to tell somebody when they're in the wrong. And it doesn't have to be disrespectful. Like, I didn't come up here, brother, and just start trying to yoke you up and everybody say, get him, he eats pork, right? Nobody did that, right? That's not love. We're showing you what the commandments is because you didn't know. That's true love.
That's right.
Showing you that you might have been following the wrong path and trying to straighten to the right way. That is true love.
Real love.
Telling somebody the truth. Lying to somebody is not love.
Right.
Oh, I don't want to hurt his feelings. Well, that's what they do. They lie to us and keep us down.
Right.
Verse 27.
Verse number 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads,
That means shave your head bald. I can see you don't do that, brother. Right? Read.
neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
Right. You don't shave your beard, brother. Well, if you have in a time past, you have to repent to the Lord. But I can see you don't do that now. Let your beard grow. That's what they taught us in slavery.
Right.
That's what they taught us in slavery. Right? Some brothers up here got beards, some brothers don't. Oh well, it just happens, right?
Yeah.
So keep your beard, brother. Don't shave that off and walk around and go look like a creep. Right?
Yeah, I believe that beard is the identity of a man.
Exactly.
Right.
You got the lion,
Yeah.
you got the female one, the lioness. They tell the difference, that mane. Right? You want your woman to have a beard?
Hell
No. So why would you shave your beard off, brother? You're looking crazy. She walked in one day with a beard. That day is, you're never gonna forget that day in your life, and it's never gonna be the same. It's gonna be wild. You're like, what is going on? Right. So that's a couple. It's over 600 commandments, like you said, brother. But those are a couple you can keep, brother. You probably keep a lot of commandments already.
Yeah, I probably
How you like your steak?
they old John.
Exactly.
Right.
It's a commandment to cook your food. It's simple, brother.
I said, oh, my steak.
You already doing it, brother.
Yeah.
Cook that food. You can't eat food with blood in it.
Right.
So a lot of commandments, but they're commandments specifically for women too. So when I say over 600, some of them only pertain to women.
Right.
So you
Like some probably
exactly. So don't get discouraged by that 600. You do your best, bro. Right? Do your best. And you say you had a question.
My question is, how do y'all pray?
How do y'all pray? Give me the book, Psalm chapter 83. Give me verse 18. Give me 1 Timothy. Give me Daniel chapter 6 and verse 10 also.
You want Psalm? Con, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse number 18. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh
Is what?
is Yahweh.
So first you have to know who you're praying to, brother.
Right.
Yahweh is the name of the Most High God, right? And the Paleo Hebrew, read it from right to left. Hebrew, Yahweh. Put it together, Yahweh, right? There was no letter J prior to 1524, right? The letter J is a newly invented letter, so his name wouldn't be Jehovah, his name wouldn't be Jesus, right? Those are just English translations of what they would try to call him. So, right, that's just another. His name will be in Hebrew. That's still an English word. I see what you're saying, because that's how it's written in other Bibles sometimes, because the letter J was invented, right? So his name will be Yahweh. Give me, bring it up. Bring it up. Give me Matthew chapter 1 verse 21.
Daniel chapter 6.
So like, I want to get Matthew first.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse number 21.
Bring it out.
And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahweh Shai, for he shall save his people from their sins.
Right, so you have Yahweh was the father, Yahweh Shai is his son. That's who the world called Jesus, not Yehoshua or like these other names that people just make up. Yahweh Shai, right? So yeah, Yahweh Shai. Give me John 14:6.
John 14:6, and it reads, Yahweh Shai said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh into the Father but by me.
But by who?
But by me.
Right, he said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No man coming to the Father but by me. Meaning he's that mediator. Nobody can just go to God.
Right.
Some people think they can just walk up to God's throne and start talking to him. Hey, excuse me, I got something I need to walk past all the angels, bypass all the elders, bypass. Hey, I got something I need to say. Did the Lord talk to all Israel, or was he just talking to Moses? He wasn't talking to everybody, he was only talking to Moses. The Lord has chosen mediators to speak in his name. You can't just walk up to God. So Yahweh Shai, you have to pray in the name of Yahweh Shai. So
Some people believe that they can pray and pray to God.
some people think God is going to come to their room and tell them what they need to know.
Not that God's going to come to your room, but you can pray and your prayer can be sent to God.
It is,
Through a
but
ritual,
there's a
through a
mediator.
prayer,
Give me
through a
Hebrews.
correct prayer.
Give me Hebrews 9:15. You are praying to the Most High, but you're praying through His Son. He's that mediator,
Why y'all feel like you need a mediator?
because that's what the Bible says. Give me Hebrews chapter 9 verse 15.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 9, and verse number 15. And for this cause, he is the mediator.
He's the what?
He is the mediator.
Right, there's a mediator, right? We're not worthy to go before the Most High, brother. You don't even want to go before the Most High.
Right.
Give me Hebrews 10:31. Right, read on.
He is the mediator of the New Testament, that by means of death, for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament,
The Israelites.
they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance.
Right, so Yahweh Shai died to be that savior for Israel, right? Give me Acts 5 and 29.
I'm listening to you.
Well, we're gonna go by.
I'm
See,
listening
so
to you.
actually, this next verse gonna explain.
Even what y'all giving.
I mean, everybody was taught differently, brother. But listen to what we like to do is go to the Bible, because I could say something, you could say something out your own mind, but at the end of the day, God's going to be right. So we're going to go by what God said, not by what we think. You know what I mean? Read
There
this
are other books that
real quick. Read this one.
not
Listen
only claim to be God's word than your book.
listen to this real quick.
It's the book of Acts, chapter 5, and verse number 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
We ought to do what?
We ought to obey God rather than men.
Right, we ought to obey God rather than men. Right. So we're not just going to go by what man said, we're going to go by God said. God said pray through his son. Right? Now you're saying there are other
that's
books.
What a man said in a book.
Oh, these
that
men
claim to be from God.
These men are prophets. So the way you validate the Bible and any book, right? You could validate it through prophecy, right? The prophecy we read earlier in Deuteronomy 28 said what? These people were going to go into slavery. These people were going to hate each other, black on black crime. These people, fathers were going to leave. These people were going to go into slavery on slave ships. We're reading prophecy for things that was written 1,000 years ago that is happening today, right? That's the point we're trying to make to validate the Bible. You go into the Quran, brother. The Quran, if you happen to find any prophecy in the Quran, it comes from the Bible. The Quran tells you to read the Bible.
Right. But I just believe in worshiping God alone without partnership or interceding through a mediator. I believe that God allowed us to purify ourselves and then pray to Him ritually, not in the face of His throne, like you said. Of course, nobody can go in front of God. that's gonna be torture on you. Literally from his beauty, his, you know what I'm saying, him shining, the screeching noise that'll come from just being in front of God will probably harm you. So no, you can't pray in front of God, but he allowed us to pray and it be sent to him.
Brother, we're not disagreeing with the prayer is sent to them, but we had to have a mediator because we sinned. We didn't follow God. We were cut off for a season, and Yahweh Shah is that sacrifice to bring us back to God. We're not saying that our prayers don't get to God.
That's why the reason why we here.
We're not denying that Adam didn't sin.
So Adam didn't have to repent to Jesus.
Adam
had to repent to God.
No, Adam did have to.
Not to Jesus though.
But Adam, listen,
Jesus wasn't even thought of before Adam sinned.
Give me select.
I mean after Adam.
Give me John 8 and 58. I believe that's what I want.
It's the book of John.
Give me Colossians chapter 1 and verse 15.
This the book of John, chapter 8 and verse number 58. Jesus said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you.
Start at verse 56.
Verse 56. Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day.
Right, so these people are talking to Yahweh Shah, who the world's called Jesus Christ. He's saying, your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day. Now, Abraham lived thousands of years prior to this event right here. He's saying, your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day. How did Abraham rejoice to see Christ's day if he wasn't even there yet? Read.
Maybe he was
listen.
Abraham was before Jesus.
Exactly.
Right.
But listen, that's why he's posing the question. Right? Read.
And he saw it and was glad. Then said the Jews unto him.
Oh, hold on. I want him to hear this. Last one, I got you. Listen.
Then said the Jews unto him, thou art not yet 50 years old, and hast thou seen Abraham?
They said, you're not even 50. How did you see Abraham? Read.
Jesus said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am.
Before what?
Before Abraham was, I am.
Before Abraham was, I am. Yahweh Shah was before Abraham. Right? He didn't just pop up in the New Testament as a new person. Right? He was before Abraham. Right? Give me Colossians 1 and 15. Last one. I got it.
Colossians chapter 1 and verse number 15.
Let's last one.
Who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature.
The what?
The firstborn of every creature.
He was the firstborn of every creature, right? Born before every creature. He was the Lord's first creation.
Right.
So before Adam, there was Yahweh Shah.
Right.
Brother? Keep those commandments, brother. Oh, the brother got a flyer? Get the brother a flyer. Somebody go.
Brother, take a flyer.
Real quick.
You guys.
Come on. The water. So, like the brother's got a man for the Bible? Bible verse. You want to hear a Bible verse about God? You want to hear a Bible verse about God? You want to know what he looked like?
We did it like a couple
I did it? What you mean you did it? It's not like a side quest on 2K. It's not a 2K side quest. We already did this.
That's what he looked like in that first.
So what you supposed to do? Since you know it, what you supposed to do? What you supposed to do? Pop quiz. Let me get y'all pop quiz real quick. I want to make sure y'all remember it. Real quick, I ain't gonna hold y'all long. Let me get y'all pop quiz. What do he look like? What do he look like?
He got all white on.
Okay.
I think his hair white too.
Okay. What kind of hair is it?
Like the
White hair like
wool.
Like what?
Wool.
Okay, you 1 for 1 right now. Y'all 1 for 1. If you go 3 for 3, you could leave. Right? So, what did God say our race was? What did he call us?
Excellence.
All right, he said though. He came in the clutch.
I just said it wrong.
2 for 2. I got one more question before y'all leave. What's today? We might not have went today.
It's Saturday.
Well, what is it?
The 28th.
But what's why is this day special? We probably ain't going today. I know what we did going
That
to.
wasn't last
What can we eat? What can we eat? That's because y'all was up here long enough. Right. If you don't know what we can't eat, either you wasn't listening or you wasn't up here that long.
Y'all didn't say it.
Oh, we gonna say it right now. Give me Leviticus 11 and 7.
The book of Leviticus chapter 11 and verse number 7.
Yeah.
And the swine.
Swine is pork, pig, the big pink nasty animal, and the swine.
Though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
You cannot eat pork. That's a commandment from God.
From God.
You cannot eat pork. Y'all eat pork?
Yeah.
Pepperoni?
Yeah. I eat Rice Krispies. I had pepperoni pizza yesterday.
You eat pepperoni? Bacon? All right, that's pork, bro. That's pork. Unless you're getting turkey bacon. You can eat turkey bacon. Y'all like turkey bacon?
Oh, yeah.
Try it.
I did try.
You ever tried beef bacon?
Beef bacon.
Beef bacon.
Crazy.
Fire.
Way better.
Oh, stupid. Y'all ever had salmon bacon? Y'all ain't ready for that. Stick with the beef for right now. Stick with the beef because you might go crazy. You might go crazy. You might lose your mind, right? But you have to keep these commandments. Y'all love God? Give me John 14:15. If you love God, you have to show it.
John 14 and 15 in the read.
Bring it out.
If you love me, keep my
The
commandments.
Lord say,
If you love me, keep my
if
commandments.
you love God, you have to keep His commandments. All right? Running around trying, I'm not saying y'all are, running around to grow up to be a YN is outrageous. All right? Y'all should grow up to want to be men of God.
Right.
Trying to grow up and follow after. Who your favorite rappers?
FC Martin.
Who your favorite rapper? I don't know who that is. You'll be listening to. Who's on your recently played? I know y'all leave that PS4 on or that PS5 on all day bumping NBA Youngboy. PS5 about to overheat, blasting that over. Or who is it now? I don't know. Who y'all listen to? I listen to music. Tech. Who you listen to? You said what? Yeah, whoever that is, right? But you gotta listen to the Lord.
Right.
Listen to the words of the Lord.
That's right.
Trying to grow up, trying to be cool for other people ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, them people might end up being gone, and you might have made your whole persona, your whole life, trying to impress somebody and it didn't even mean nothing. You should try to impress the Lord.
Okay.
Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Give y'all one before y'all go. One more before y'all go. Let me show you the whole reason why we out here, the whole reason you was created as Israelites.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse number 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God.
Fear tech.
Fear God.
Fear little scooter.
Fear God.
Fear God.
And keep his commandments.
Do what?
And keep his commandments.
For this is the whole duty of man.
That's your whole duty, to keep the commandments.
Facts.
Oh, stop being important. That's easy. That's easy. You go get pizza, just say, give me cheese. Give me the buffalo chicken joint. Give me the Alfredo chicken. That's easy. You don't have to eat bacon. Eat turkey bacon. That's easy, brother. Steak better, like the brother said. Y'all gotta keep these commandments. Next time we see y'all, we're gonna give y'all another commandment. We're gonna keep getting y'all built up. Alright? Y'all be safe out here. Alright? Alright, Lord willing, those brothers don't fall to peer pressure. That's what it is. A lot of brothers just fall to peer pressure, trying to impress somebody.
Right.
Scared of what other people think of.
Right.
You got a minute, real quick, brother? Real quick.
Real quick.
What's your race, brother? What's your race? It's a wild shit. Right, so Lord willing, those brothers don't grow up and try to impress. Right, just trying to impress the homie on the block or the OG on the block.
Right.
Or try to impress some a wicked woman.
Right.
I don't know what it is. Sister, you got a man for the Bible real quick? Give me one verse. Give me
One verse.
Yeah, verse of the day. All right, give me Zechariah chapter 8, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Oh no. One verse.
The book of
Get you one verse, brother. One verse. Listen to this. Come on.
Zechariah chapter 8 and verse number 1. Again, the word of the Lord of hosts came to me, saying, thus saith the Lord of hosts, I was jealous for Zion.
I was who?
I was jealous for
I
Zion.
was jealous for everybody.
I was jealous for
The
Zion.
Lord said he was jealous for Zion. Why are people up here still trying to defend these other nations? Why are people up here still trying to defend the so-called white man? When is it going to end?
Right.
It's outrageous at this point. What they say in the big 2025, you're still holding on trying to protect the white man. And why was she the leader?
Right.
Running around with a bunch of slaves. Right? She the damn leader. Why? And it's always like that. Every group, a so-called Edomite come up. Oh, not a so-called Edomite comes up, and she telling them what to do. Hold on, all y'all be quiet. I got this. She started getting cut up. She ran out of there. They try to come to defend her. Right? They are in shambles trying to defend their fallen master. Right? crying.
Said her husband was black.
Right, then then he came up trying to pull her away. Right, it's outrageous at this point. That you're still that all the stuff that they do to us, you still want to hold hand in hand with them.
Right.
You still want to be best friends with them. A so-called white man does not love you.
Right.
You got a minute for the Bible, real quick. Give me one verse for you there.
One verse.
I'm in a rush. You don't really look like you're in a rush.
Don't look like. Come on, bro.
You kind of strolling.
Right.
You kind of strolling. I'm trying to walk faster.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Strolling, talking about he busy.
In a rush.
Like a
That'll.
so-called white man doesn't love you. So-called Chinese man doesn't love you.
At all.
The Arabs don't love you. The damn getting like a damn side chick. Just waiting for your ring. It's not happening. They don't love you, right?
Right. I was jealous for Zion with great jealousy.
Jealous for Zion, right? He loved us. Give me 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 13. Isaiah 34.
You want to take that down?
Shalom, brother. What's going on, brother? Come get your verse of the day, brother.
Oh, man, I'm already on
Come
it,
get your
baby.
verse of the day.
Got my girl with me, man.
She can come get the verse too, brother. You got to keep the commandments, brother.
What does that have to do with anything?
If he know the truth, then he should have brought her over. She shouldn't be just
trying to look good.
yoking him up. How did Jake keep getting yoked up? You got a minute for the Bible, real quick, sister? Real quick. Get your verse of the day. How did Jake's getting yoked up at home? Put up on the damn wall. Fight back. Damn. Chase with a frying pan. Real quick, brother. One verse. You came back. One verse. Don't y'all love God? Can't give God. Can't give the Lord. 1 minute, brother. What are you? You're what? All right. Well, come listen to the Bible because Black British isn't in the Bible.
Right.
Come listen to the Bible. Come on, bro. You are one of these. You being rebellious. I know you one of these. Come on, brother. Yeah, you come up here too. Everybody wants to be. We are the world.
We are the world.
We are. What's that song?
We are the
We are the
children.
world.
Right.
We are the children.
Wasn't Michael Jackson singing?
Yeah.
And then the Edomites messed up. He caught an attitude. That's how
Right.
you know we better than them, right? He was heated when they started singing.
Right.
Go ahead, bring it up. Doing the most.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8 and verse 2.
Bring it up.
And Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women.
Who?
Both of men and women.
I got my lady with me.
Both of men and women.
Right, what is going on? He said, sister, you got a minute for the Bible? I wasn't talking to you. Sister,
Not a
you got
sister.
a minute for the Bible? Sister. Our people want to walk without enemies, but don't want to talk to their own brother.
Right.
He think we talking to him.
Right.
Who would want to talk to him? Look at him.
When did he become assistant?
Walking by himself. Right.
Been that.
You know what I'm saying?
He assisted in spirit. He is.
Been that.
He assisted his own spirit.
Changed his sex and his nationality. Come, Salaki. Brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women.
Right. Jake always saying, "I'm with my. I got the kids." Bro, be a man.
Right.
Grow up. Always getting pushed around by somebody else. Right. Getting yoked up. Getting pulled by the ear. Right. That happens too many times. That low key happened to the brother yesterday. You kind of see it. It looked like he didn't really want to leave. Because the brother was like, all right, you know what, this is the last commandment. He just stayed up here. Started blinking twice real fast. He said, what, you scared to go home, brother? Right, it looked like his woman was about to fight him or something. Right, our men gotta grow up in the last days.
Right.
Deuteronomy the 6th chapter says the men are supposed to lead the household, teach the commandments day and night. He said without, go ahead, brother.
That lady, that guy just said here, I just come out the bathroom. She was like, why the fuck you sat up there so fucking long? You Muslim. Why is you up there? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I seen him brother right.
Yeah. She had an uncle.
She was mad.
Yeah, she had an uncle.
She
Yeah.
was
It's
mad,
a lot of
bro.
spirits in the house. That's
Yeah,
why
she was mad.
he was hearkening. You could tell he understood it, but them spirits was fighting against him. And she had spirits that was.
It's a lot.
She called him, cursed him out. You could hear it on the phone. That's what I was like.
She was over there. You can hear it.
I come out the door over there. What the fuck you doing over there?
You said, yeah, something to say?
No, I was saying you can hear her. I can hear her over there yelling at him in the phone.
Yeah, that's outrageous. Right? Just being talked to that way. Right? And you just, okay. You just go home crying, putting your head down. Right? Put your pants on.
Right.
Brothers walking around in dresses nowadays. Gird up your loins. Gird up your loins. Right? The brother said, take your damn pants off. Put some boxers on and some damn pants and grow up. about to say grow pain, right? Right. So go back to what was it, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 13.
It's the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse number 13.
Bring it out.
But we are bound to give thanks always to God for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord.
Beloved of who?
Beloved of the Lord.
It said the brethren are beloved of the Lord. If the Lord loves everybody, why are there so many verses of he just saying he loves Israel?
Right.
If he loved everybody, he wouldn't say he just loves Israel because he could say I love everybody, right?
Right.
Because Israel would be included everybody. But he got so many verses, so many accounts of the Lord just specifically saying Israel. And he's always saying Israel, you just don't understand the context.
Right.
When you really read it, it's always Israel. Brother, you got a minute for the Bible real quick? Real quick, get you one verse. Read.
Because God have from the beginning chosen you.
Chosen who?
Chosen you.
From the beginning. And it's from the beginning. You can't get around it. You can't just say somebody came up and changed it. It was like that in the Old Testament. In the New Testament, he's saying it's from the beginning. Read.
Chosen you to salvation through sanctification.
Through what?
Through sanctification.
Chosen you to salvation through sanctification.
Of the spirit and belief of the truth.
Right, so she's saying anybody who believes. Clearly right here he's saying it's for the brethren. Right. It's for Israel. Right? Bring your precept.
That's the book of Ezra, chapter 3 and verse 11. And they sang together by course and praising and giving thanks unto Yahweh because he is good, for his mercy endureth forever toward Israel.
Toward who?
Toward Israel. Toward Israel.
Mercy endureth forever toward Israel. Don't say his mercy endureth forever towards Esau
at all,
or Moab,
right?
Or a Hivite, a damn Hivite,
right?
Right, and we're not dealing with Hivites. They don't ever fight for any other nation. They only fight for the so-called white people.
Right.
They never fight for any other nation, and they're always with the so-called white people. Where was anybody else? Where was Moab? Where was Ammon? Where was Ishmael and their little group?
See that?
It's just a bunch of jakes getting dragged around by Esau, right, in a spiritual chain. Right, that's the curses in Deuteronomy. Right, and read on. Come, let me stand at. Give me what's that? Ezra 4 and 3.
Book of Ezra, chapter 4 and verse number 3. You saw that too? Verse number 2. Then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you.
What they say?
Let us build with you.
Right, they're trying to plead. Let us build with you. Let's get a part of that inheritance. That's all they really want.
Right.
Because they know what their doom is. They know what their end is. That's why they're like, let me try to hop in there and steal some of your salvation.
Right.
They're the real thieves. I got a minute for the Bible real quick. Get you your verse of the day.
Verse of the day.
Verse of the day. Verse of the day.
Come on.
Verse of the day.
Verse of the day.
Ice cream over the Lord.
Whoa.
Wow. I say people do that.
Read that second time. Oh, you know.
Let us more, brother. Because you want to chose ice cream over the Lord.
Come on, brother.
Ice cream. Is any brother going to choose ice cream over the Lord?
No.
Talk about how you know. Because you just chose ice cream over the Lord.
Right.
The ice cream going to be there. It's a Sabbath day. You're not supposed to be buying it. People are ridiculous. You're getting offended when you say you don't love the Lord. Come up here and prove you love the Lord then.
Right.
Somebody say I don't love the Lord. I'm going to prove it.
Right.
You're right. I'm going to prove that I do love the Lord. Read.
Let us build with you, for we seek your God as ye do. And we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Assur, which brought us up hither. But Zerubbabel and Joshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them,
not just anybody, not just somebody you see on the corner, not some thug, he said the chief of Israel.
The chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, ye have nothing to do with us.
No, let's cleave with him.
Ye have nothing to do with us.
Walk hand in hand with him.
Ye have nothing to do with us.
The Lord said, ye have nothing to do with us. Go on about your business.
Right.
Go on about your day. You have nothing to do with us. Come on, brother. You too, sister. You got a minute for the Bible? Get you a verse real quick, sister.